Hey everybody, welcome back to the Brickanista Broadcast Network. And it is Saturday night. And happy to be here at home in the northern Seattle area. And as you know, I had a chance to go visit with my friend Ferg on Monday. And I've been driving around this area this week and there's been no rain. It has just been beautiful. And it's these kinds of days when I'm driving around, I just think just how lucky I am. So glad to be here, glad to be hanging out with you this evening. And today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue with my Microcity because some of you know that I've been working on this for the last couple weeks as part of the Tricky Bricks or Tricky Lug competition, but challenge. So we were supposed to do a Microcity, and I know that last time I started working on an expansion. And the more I thought about it, I said, you know, I have also some elements from a previous Microcity that I made, and I wanted to see if I might be able to incorporate some of that. I think the color scheme is a little different though, so I'm kind of on the fence about what I want to do with this expansion. So I'm hoping that as I start building and people give me feedback, I'll have a chance to do some more of that work. But the other thing I did is I went to the Lego store and I had, in addition to purchasing, as you know, I purchased a couple different things for the challenge, or not the challenge, for when I was working last time. I worked on the Adidas shoe, and I have 4 of these green, oops, green base plates. There they are, green. And how bizarre. I could have sworn I took the filter off. Okay, let me do this again. It's like, I could have sworn I turned the filter off. Now the filter's on. Okay, there, the filter's off now. Okay, here we go. Green, there we go. Green base plate. So yeah, I've got 4 of these, and I had a chance to chat during the Tricky Lug meeting with Flynn DeMarco of Flynn and Richard from the Season 1 Lego Masters, and I was saying, you know, they build directly on this standard. And so, you know, the more I thought about it, I could create a Mills-like type of building on the 4 of these and connect them together using the pins at the bottom. So I think if we get time today, I may start on this, but this isn't due until March of next year. But I committed to Ferg, so for those of you who tuned in last time, and I'm really sorry the audio didn't come through. It really didn't do it justice because he is hilarious, as you know. I have an extremely talented builder. I mean, I'm still thinking back about the 5-foot Avengers Tower that he built for BrickCon last, 2 years ago. And I mean, just crazy talented. So he had given me a couple of things last time, and just to remind everybody, I got this Isla Nublar. Yep, Isla Nublar Veterinary Services. So I'll be getting a lab coat to put this on. And then I also have this Jurassic World patch. These are awesome. And I'm just looking at them. I think you can either iron them on or stitch them on. But I'm really looking forward to being a part of this. So, so now I've got to really start thinking about what's this building going to look like. And I also grabbed a couple of these blue 16 by 32s because I had picked these up because I was planning to expand my city. So I was just kind of playing around with base plates, thinking a little bit more in advance of what I might need to do. But the other thing that, as you know, I just posted this on my Instagram account, is I posted the little Brickanista Broadcast Network Microcity, and I got a lot of really good feedback on the parts usage because I used a lot of different parts from the Trolls series, the Dots bracelets, the video handle, all kind of incorporated into one. And as I was looking at it, if I do plan to bring this to a show, the biggest issue I have is the back of the Brickanista Broadcast Network Tower. Because, as you know, it's a bunch of bracelets that are interstitched together. And from this angle, it doesn't look that great. So one of the things I'm thinking about is building perhaps another tower that can go behind this, or trying to think of a way that I could cover this in a more elegant way. So I've been thinking about this, experimenting with a couple different parts, trying to figure out what I want to do. But, and the other thought too is that we started on this at the end of the last stream where I was adding another module. And the more I thought about this, I actually think there's another way to connect the walkway and figure out how to make the street level a little different. So I think today is going to be a Micropolis day. I think it's going to be expanding really this core of the city in preparation for a future con. But I do think the tower, so essentially these 3 towers are going to remain, and then some of these elements in front are going to change a little bit, and so I can expand it, because when you go to a con, usually they like you to make a quadrant of 4, and then when you make a quadrant of 4, it can, you can put it into the city. And this one is special to me because I haven't gone with a black backdrop as far as the ground cover. So this could be like a very futuristic kind of city with, the black and I was thinking about, if I put the cars in, should I put different kinds of cars, or if I still keep it kind of the standard cars that you would do for Micropolis. So lots of things to play around with, but I know that right now the way it is, it's definitely got to change. But I've taken the photos. I've already got some good feedback. If I need to rebuild this in the way that it is, it's not too hard because the core of the skyscrapers are going to remain the same. So yeah, that's the plan for today. And I, like I said, it's been an interesting day today because we had our Tricky Lug meeting. So Tricky Lug meets on the first Saturday of the month typically, but because last week was 4th of July, we moved it to this Saturday. And it's always great hanging out with everybody and sharing ideas. And I think the best part is we're talking about collaborations. What's our next collaboration going to be? So we'll see what happens. And once we know what the collaboration is, I'll be building against that. So I'm going to go ahead and transition over and make sure my cameras are still in place, because I think that's one thing that's always interesting about usually when I set up, sometimes when it's going to Twitch it behaves one way, if it goes to YouTube it behaves another way, but it's all good. So here, let me show you where we're at the moment, and I'm going to just turn my camera just a little bit. I've got to do a better job of staying in the frame. So I'm going to scooch over here a little bit, and let's do this. So in that way, because usually when I'm leaning over to work on the model, because the model's not in front of me directly, it's actually to my right. So when I'm working on it, I notice I'm off camera a lot. So I'm going to work really hard to try not to do that as much anymore. But what I wanted to share with you is that these are 16 by 16 modules that can change. And here's the original, or this is the one, I shouldn't say the original, this is the one that I've been working on recently. The Lavender Brickanista Broadcast Network Tower, along with the Trolls Tower. And we've renamed this Naomi Tomi Plaza, or Naomi Tomi Building. And as we were working last time, we started working on this extension, and the walkway actually looks amazing. So if you look at this walkway here, it connects, and then we have this walkway here with the road. And then as I was thinking about this some more, I thought about this and I said, well, if we are going to put a road through here, then this is going to have to move, as well as this, to make it continue on. So I'm going to play around with this a little bit today, because like I said, I've taken the photos and people know what the plaza looks like. It's just a matter of moving things around, so then that way we can accommodate everything. So now I'm moving the fire, and the more I look at this and think about what is it that I'm trying to accomplish, is that this whole black scene just looks really cool. And then what I think I'm going to have to do is this will be the front of the building. And another reason why it's good to put a road here is that this will connect to another road, and then you won't have like another building right up against it. Because if this doesn't have a road, then you run the risk of wherever if this is going to be placed, you may not be able to see the building as well. So that's kind of the plan there. And then the other thing we need to think about is when we reverse this and we start working on this side of the building or this side of the block, then we're going to need to probably raise this up to hide this section. And that's going to be something that'll be interesting to see about, can I hide this enough so then that way, you know, you wouldn't notice that this is exposed like this. Because when you're at a convention, you also have to be mindful about how people will be looking at this from a 360-degree angle. So I think moving this way and putting the road here in the front, I think will work out really well. Now, I'm not sure how tall this is going to be compared to others that might be there, but what I'm hoping is that the black backdrop is going to make this pop. So I'm, you know, when you go to a convention and you have your modules, then they put them in the city, and most of the time, here's another sample. This is one I made for one of my original Brickanistopolis buildings, and this is a museum. So I made this with this tan, and then the roof has this kind of the teal color on top, and I just was looking at this thinking, I wonder if I could put the black instead of the green on the background, that maybe if I put the black on there, that might work out better. But the problem with this, I shouldn't say problem, is that this is set up for lighting, because I put a hole in the middle, so then that way I could run this cable through and connect it to a light controller. And if you pop off the top of this, all it is one light in the corner. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can get it up to the camera. I think you can see it from this angle here. There's that little light there. Let me see if I can zoom in. Yeah, there it is. So I've got that one light in the corner, and when this lights up, it looks amazing. And the two little micro figures in here, which are hilarious, are little mummies. And I have Eric to thank for giving me one of them. I already had one in my supply, but Eric Wilson, who was with Bricks by the Bay, when I was working on this, he goes, "Do you need another mummy? I have one." And that's the thing I love about Lego people, is they're just so generous. And he just gave me the mummy. And he just said, I just love, you know, seeing MOCs come to life. So that was really cool. Yeah, so this is, you know, I kind of built it modular style, so, you know, it has some connection points, but also some places where, you know, it isn't too tight, so it can just pop right off. So yeah, but I was looking at this and I said, this could work, possibly. Maybe if I retrofit this museum a little bit. I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking through this. The other reason why I wanted to show you this is because the side, you'll notice that we have some arches here, and the reason why is that the arches allow you to run a cable through here between modules. Now, the problem I have right now with my current setup is that I built these on these 8x8 or 16x16 plates. So if I were to consider running lighting, then I'm going to need to retrofit this and put some arches in, and then cover this up instead of with a 16x16 with something else. So we may be doing some transferring today. I'm still kind of working through this, or we'll get this set up and then retrofit it later. I mean, that's the other thing, because right now this is pretty much set up, as you can see from last time we were working on this on Thursday. I think it was Thursday. No, actually it was Wednesday. I was working on this on Twitch on Wednesday. And yeah, Thursday was Thrifty Thursday. So I'm also looking at my schedule too, that I may be moving one of my Twitch days over to YouTube. because right now I'm streaming 3 times on YouTube and 3 times on Twitch. So I may be shifting that to 4 times on YouTube and 2 times on Twitch. But don't worry, I'm not going to be giving up either platform for now. I'm still going to experiment with things to see how things go. So now that I've moved I've moved these, and I'm thinking through that the other thing that's kind of cool is I already have gray here for the sidewalk. So I was thinking what I could do, and this is what I need to check and see how this is going to look, is if I move this over, you notice how this is on the 3rd stud? If I move this to the 3rd stud, let's see. I only have nails on my left finger now. I think the nail polish really did a number on my hands. Okay, so if we do this, move this to the third one. Where will this end up here? Oops. Okay, well maybe I needed to move that too. Aha! Look at that. See, look, that actually works better. It actually moves right into the sidewalk and continues on. So I really like that. I think that's going to be really, really cool. So I think based on that, and I think I'm trying to see where I put, oops. This is going back to trying to build for the camera versus building right in front of me. So let's put this back together again. Thankfully, it's Lego. It's easy to fix. So let's see. Yeah, I got a lot of really great feedback on my MOC. People were saying they just loved all the parts usage and different innovative ways, and it's kind of like, I feel like some of those parts are so hard to figure out how to use. So, you know, if I could figure out a way to use them, that'd be great. So this is, you can see right now, if I wanted to, I probably could expand the road a little bit. And let me go look for some 1x4 bolts. Or tiles, rather. Yeah. See, this is where I'm probably going to have to buy some more because I'm running really low. But I think this may work out really, really well. But the problem is, you know, it is black. Oops, that's blue. Yeah, I think I'm running out of black. Let's see. And like I said, I could put jumpers in too. In fact, I should put a few jumpers in so that I can show some cars on here. In fact, I'm going to do that because I didn't do that last time. Let's see. Hard to tell here. No, that's blue. I think we're getting low. That's black. Yeah, I think that'll work. Yeah, I was really glad to see that that's going to work out perfectly, because I was also bummed that we had that little gap before, but now it's like the walkway works out really, really well. Okay, so now let's see if I have one more of these in black. I think I might. I'm going to have to order more. Okay, so we're going to put that there. And cars are really easy to make. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I've got these 1x2 jumpers. So I'm going to put a 1x2 jumper there. And it's hard to get black. Is that black? No, that looks blue. Yeah, my kingdom for black. Okay, that'll work. Okay. So now we have that. So how do you make a car? Very, very easy. So essentially you just take a jumper. And then you add a 1x1 on top, and we'll just use white just so it pops. So if you take a look, and so you have this little mini car. You can make different mini cars, but this is the easiest one to make. And then when you put this out on the road, you can see that it's so there you go. So that's a car kind of going down the road. If I wanted to, I might want to extend this walkway a little bit more. But I don't know, I'm kind of debating about whether I really want to do that, or maybe I put a green strip or something. What is that? This is a problem with tiles. And I may need to look at some reference photos for what some places do for, because right now it's black on black, right? So there's not a lot of contrast. But if you take a look here, you can see that this walkway is the one that we want to extend and continue. And right now I'm hesitating because what we may want to do is take this walkway out. And like I said, I'm low on black. I was at the Lego store the other day and they had a whole bunch of 1x2s in white. And I almost bought a bunch, but I said, no, I really need black. I don't need white, I need black right now. I was working on this city. There we go. Yeah. So I just have to figure out how do I make this strip so then that way the black is still prominent. I thought about lavender, since this is a lavender city. And then the other thing too is I can also put some of these elements in place too and just let the cars drive by. But I'm thinking that it would be nice if it was just like a, I don't know, a small row of, I don't know, lavender or something to break things up. But the other thing that I took off of here, you remember, is that arch. So this arch could go actually this way now, and I could put it on one side over here. And now that I've redone this, yeah. See, the thing is now this is a smaller section, so I may need to make a smaller leaf for. Let's take a look, because that still fits right there. But the white would have to change. So this goes back to, you know, when you readjust and redo things, how are things going to look? Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe over here, because this will give me room to build another tower. Because as you can see on this one, this tower, this back tower, is only two studs deep. So I could even build another lavender tower, or maybe I build it in a different color scheme. But yeah, I'm thinking another tower needs to go here. And then if I can design it so then that way when I put the next you know, building or set of buildings behind it, it would cover this back up. So that's kind of the challenge right now. But this is looking pretty good with this change with the walkway. And then we have this coming down. But like I said, I'm still thinking about how do I finish this section here. And this will give you a sense when you look at this. You see how it has the sidewalk that goes all the way across. So I could do, like I said, if I did it this way, the only problem is there's that gap. So now the gap is over here, which may not be too bad. I wonder if I have, let me try a quarter round. See how that looks. I'm gonna put this away before I drop it. You probably remember I've been dropping a lot of things and that hasn't been going very well. Okay, I just need a quarter round in light gray, and I happen to have one. And I wonder if that will fit right there. Yeah, that's going to be kind of tight. I might have to put like another plant or something there, because it's just not going to fit. Yeah. But, like I said, if I space this properly, just for the sake of getting a sense of how the city is going to look, yeah, no, that may not be too bad. And I know I had a 1x3 in here, so, because this is coming in 3 studs. So if I bring this out, then that'll at least be 6 studs, so that'll be a little bit better. And yeah, that'll leave me a 1x4. Yeah, like I said, I had so much fun on Bainbridge Island with both my friends, Allie and Ferd. I am very, very lucky. I have some awesome friends. And they also, you know, they inspire me and they also encourage me. And I mentioned, you know, in that interview with Ferd that, you know, he's one of the people who believed in my ship. You know, when I was working on the Spice Pirate ship, you know, it was my first MOC, and he told me, yeah, it's really good. And that was before I won the award. So I was like, oh, cool. And as you know, I felt vindicated. It's like, I'm legit. I'm worthy to be here. Let's see. Yeah, that might work. I don't know. I'm trying to decide if that's too much gray or if it's going to be okay if I, you know, intersperse it with different things along the way. You know, it's kind of like sometimes you overthink things and just see where it goes. So I think if I put a plant here in this open stud or something, I don't know. I'm going to have to think. Maybe a round. Just a round stud might work. I have to think. Let's see, do I have a round gray? I wonder if that will fit right there. And no, it seems like it's popping up because this, it goes back to this gray arch where this macaroni piece is getting a little too close. So, I don't know. Any thoughts would be greatly appreciated. Alright, so like I said, here this completes the sidewalk. And if I do want to make an intersection, then I do need to pop this out again and put the white crosswalk. Do that. So yeah, I guess I'm committing. I can always pull it up if I change my mind. But like I said, it's amazing too when you see all the builders who show up to a convention and how much talent they have. But let's see how this looks. That doesn't look too bad. Like I said, if I put a tree in there, maybe. Let's see if this if I put this tree here, how this will look. Ooh. I don't think anything's gonna fit in there. It's like nothing will fit in there. It's because of this little arch thing. Yeah, it's like if it isn't one gap, it's another gap. So I think I'm just gonna have to think through this. Maybe I'll leave it blank for a while. The problem is I'm making a black pavement city kind of thing, and I don't know. I'll have to think through this. But for now, this is a good expansion. We can go through there. And like I said, I'm moving now some parts around from the previous one. What I want to do though, really the most important thing is to build another tower that's going to be here. And my hope is that I can connect it to this section and this back section to cover up the bracelets, to make this more of a 360 model. Hey, how's it going, Rick? Thanks for dropping in. I've got this new dilemma with my city, is how do I cover this up elegantly? Because if this was at a show, this front portion looks great, but how do I cover this up? So I don't know. And the other part of me is thinking too that if I have this road coming through here, then this may take up too many bricks. So I might have to move the road actually one more plate forward. In fact, the more I think out loud, that's probably the better move. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Yeah. So as I'm thinking out loud, I'm thinking that this may need to actually go here. So in other words, I need to build another module in front of this. And then not put the cars so close to the buildings that the cars will probably be farther out. So, and that'll solve my problem with this gap with the sidewalk coming right up to here. But yeah, so I hope you're doing well, Rick. Great to have you here. Yeah, so I got so inspired by this build that I said I'm gonna have to make like 4 modules, and then I've got to figure out how do I cover up the back of that tower. So, but yeah, I think after building this, I was just like, wow, this turned out much better than I thought. And the other thing we were talking about was the overhang from this, and so if I build the module. In fact, I could just use this one. Just move these plates out of the way. Alright, so now I'll move this. I can see a disaster on the horizon. I have been knocking over things. I've been watching a couple of my old streams and I've been just knocking things over. You doing okay? Thanks. Just finishing a build myself. Can you show the back side of the tower again? Yeah, sure. So here is... I should just slide it over. So those are the back of the bracelets. So the bracelets are being held by these bushings and behind the bushing is an axle to pin connection that's connected to a lifter arm. So there's two lifter arms inside the bracelet, and then this is an axle that is going down into a three-way axle, and then that one of those is connected to an empty hole in the lifter arm. So that's what I've got to figure out, is how to cover that up so when you're at a convention that you don't see this. So I'm probably going to have to build a module behind it like this, and then build up, mostly I think with black plates, just to kind of cover that section up, and then yeah, figure that out. But now that I'm looking at this, I originally was going to put the road here, but I think the road over here makes more sense. So, in other words, here's, move this down. So you can see the road's already here, and then I can lift these up, and then I'll need to make some more modules. So I think now that I'm looking at this, it's probably going to be a much bigger, a much bigger setup. Yeah, trying to figure out, because you know you want the models to look as elegant as possible, but sometimes visually, you know, from three dimensions, you may not be able to do things as well. That's the one advantage of having those what do you call them, the digital builds, is because people don't have to see the backside of your digital build, whereas a practical build like this one, yeah, people will be able to see it. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is making the road go continuous instead of as a corner piece, and I think I'm going to need to build another module here. But for now, I think going back to how the Brickanista Plaza was, I might even be able to move it down. Oh, hey Lena! Ultraman has the 55th anniversary on July 17th. Oh, well, that's cool. Yeah, welcome to the stream. Yeah, we were just talking about some of the things that I might need to do to retrofit this. So just to zoom out a little bit. So here's the Brickanista Broadcast Tower, and as you remember, the way this was set up is this was here. Oops. I moved the sidewalk a little bit because I originally was thinking about attaching the sidewalk, and I could put another sidewalk going out to another module. You think the dish you have on top is an 8x8, right? Yes. If so, you could use 2 of the quarter cylinders, page 30562 in black, to cover them. The quarter cylinders. Ooh, a quarter cylinder. Okay, so are you talking about, you're talking about this piece? Or are you talking about this piece? And putting these around the outer edge, kind of to cover them up. Naomi Tomi Plaza, yeah, exactly. It's this is the Naomi Tomi building, the Brickanista Broadcast Network building, and the Trolls Tower. So, and we were talking about how if I return this to the way it was, where it had the flame of the unknown streamer, which was here. Now that I have this overhang, it's okay because I own this module. Whereas if I was in a collab, it might not work. So, sorry, not page, part. Okay, well, I just want to check which part is it. Is it this one? Or is it maybe this one? I think that's what you mean, right? The quarter cylinders. Yeah, if it's, I think one of these, I was experimenting with these and it might work. In fact, here, let me see. Where did I put my experimental stack? I had it over here. Yes, but the large wall panels. Oh, I know which ones you're talking about. Oh, I do have some of those, and I think they're in gray. I might have to swap them out for black. Let me check. These are too small. I think you're talking about something like this, right? Where it's a panel, but this one, the radius is too small for this one. Though, as I'm looking at it, if I stack these, let's take a look. I might be able to hide them that way. I might have to get like 3 sets of them and put them out. The large one. I don't think I have these that are large. But this is what you mean though, right? Build the tall curved wall panels. You have to add a couple of those curved macaroni bricks beneath it to get the height right. Yeah. Yeah, so these are the, this is the radius, right? Or the arc that you're talking about. But as a panel, yeah, that might work. I might have to move this up a little bit. But yeah, so that's kind of the dilemma at the moment. It's so hard to communicate in chat, especially with the delay. Oh, yeah. So you're talking about this brick, but as a panel, this radius. I could pop on quick if you're up for it and show you the piece. Yeah, the only thing is I am on Streamlabs right now, and I don't know how to add a second person. I could do it if I was on Zoom, but I'm trying to think if there's a way I could do it to bring you in. Yeah, I'm trying to decide to move to StreamYard as an option, because then I could, you know, dynamically add people. But I have been really happy with Streamlabs. But if you want to send me a photo, if you can send me a photo on Instagram, I could probably put it on the screen. That might be the way to do it. Yeah. But anyway, I've been so stoked because I can probably keep this in play like this. Yeah, people were really happy with my parts usage, and now that this is going to be here, ooh, I'm going to have to raise this one more because the overhang, this bar hangs on this. Okay, let me grab one of those. So I can put this bar back in place, which I'm happy about. Yeah, what kind of streaming software do you use, Rick? Do you use Streamlabs or do you use StreamYard? Or... The only problem I have with StreamYard is that if you have more than 10 people, it can't seem to handle it. And that seems to be a problem. Too many figures were connected. They couldn't let go. Nice. That's hilarious. Oh my god, Lena, you cracked me up. Okay, I need to find now another one by one. Yes, a photo is a great idea. You sent it? Okay, just 1 second. Okay. Yeah, I'm low on black 1 by 1, but I think I have one left. Let me put this in here. There we go. Yeah, so This is a little different than the original. I might have to move this over a little. Yeah, that's better. How did the Lego minifigures like to party with a block party? You sent the photo on Instagram? Okay, great. I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh my gosh. And the puns are great. Those are funny. Thank you, Lena. Alright, let's see. Let me move this over a little bit. Did you see the new Lego minifigure? They're a real head turner. Somebody else posted something about Lego stores open after COVID and the line was for blocks. Something like that. All right, let me see if I can find this picture on Instagram. Because the other thing I've been doing is I'm really getting excited about this Jurassic Park collab that Ferg has invited me to. Okay, oops. Let's see, Brickanista. Aha, yep, that's the piece. Oh, interesting. Okay, so let me share this with people so they can see as well. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, hey Robin, how's it going? It took 200 minifigures to build a Lego town. They were building up to it. You're on a roll, Lena. Oh my god. Okay, let me see if I can get this website showing. This is funny. Alright, let's see. Instagram. There we go. Alright, I got it. And let's see. Okay, so check this out. Alright, so that is the piece that Rick was suggesting. And let me see if I can zoom in a little bit for everybody. I don't know if this is going to let me zoom. There we go. So yeah. So does that come in black? That would be perfect in black. That's awesome. Let's see. Let's take a look. I was wondering if you're reading them. Oh, as far as the chat? Hi, how are you? Yeah, I have to, the way this system works is that I sometimes, but I didn't see you come on until just now. So I think I was up to date. So anyway, so I'm glad you're here. Thanks, Robin. A meteorite is on a collision course toward Legoland. The damage is expected to be 50 square blocks. Where do you get all these jokes? This is great. My friends didn't like my Lego jokes. I had to block them. It does, but only in 2 sets, so kind of rare. Oh, see, that's the thing, is that when I was talking to Ferg, he gave me that front piece, that top dome piece, and that top dome piece was a it's $30 on Bricklink. So if I were to just get it on Bricklink, I'd have to check. But that's a great idea. I'm gonna have to take a look. But in the meantime, let's work on the front. And I think I've answered my own question. That originally I was thinking about putting a road in front here, in front of the Brickanista Broadcast Tower, but it will actually be better out here. And I think what we might want to do is somebody, I think it was Debo, who put like a reflecting pool that was like in front of one of his buildings. And I thought that might be really cool to do that. So we could put another building here and maybe put a reflecting pool here and then maybe another building going up this way. But it goes back to the line of sight that if this was at a con, that you have to kind of think about all the different angles that people might be looking at. But yeah, but I am really excited about this. I'm glad people really enjoyed it, so I'm doing some more. You were talking to Lena? That's some frantic texting. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think, you know, they're doing a cut and paste from a file. Oh no, my little brother could never work out how to stick Lego blocks together. Yesterday it just clicked. Oh my gosh. Wow. I made a Lego pun earlier. Everyone agreed it was well played. Okay. Wow, you're really on fire today. So, I found a site full of Lego jokes. I'll message you the link. Okay. Thanks. I might need to do that for a future mock improv. So, by the way, if you listened to my interview with Ferg, and Ferg Pons, who was, I went to visit him on Monday. I know the audio was terrible, but he is thinking about sponsoring a future mock improv using Citizen Brick minifigures. So we haven't talked out through the details, but I told him I was actually more interested in him being one of the contestants for the next go round, because he's an amazing builder. It'll be interesting to see what he would come up with a 90-minute improv session. It comes in dark purple from Joker's Manor, dark bluish gray, so you could mix it up a bit. Yeah. Well, the other one, when I was looking at these, that if you did 3 of these around the edge, this would probably work too. And I already have 2 of these. So, and I think that it also comes in like the, I want to say that dark teal or dark turquoise from the Trolls set. I could have sworn I've seen them in that color. So this, when I was measuring this, is that I think you could put 3 of these going around. So 1, 2, 3. And I think that would also be a possibility. And this color scheme would probably be a little bit easier. You sent me a couple more pics of something you built today and yesterday. Oh, okay. Here, let me go back to that and show people. But yeah, so now that I've got this tower, now I've got to think about how to cover the back. And like I said, if I want to really do it right, I'm going to have to expand the city. And that's why when I was looking at this, and I was even thinking this could also move. We could maybe even have a smaller, like we could put the, you know, this fountain-like sculpture more like there, and then maybe put some smaller buildings around. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities. Okay, let me go check on Rick's photos. So hold on a moment while I take a look at that. Yeah, I noticed that. Did you send them through Instagram? Oh, I see. Oh, wow. Okay, I have to show this because this is absolutely adorable. All right, so hold on a minute while I get this ready. Okay, something is taking up my CPU. There we go. Get that out of the way. All right. So let's see. Let's see. We're going to turn the website back on. There we go. Okay, so can everybody see this? Let me go back and increase the size a little bit. There we go. This is absolutely adorable. And you're using that same 8x8 dish on top too, which I absolutely love. And the pinchers are really, really cute. Really well done. Really good parts usage there. Congrats. Okay, I'm not sure what you're congratulating people on. You're congratulating people on the crab? Yeah, the crab is adorable. It's really well done. Yeah. So here, let me look at the other photos just a moment. size we have. Yeah, so here's another close-up with a little closer look at the pinchers. Those 1x3 slopes are really, really well done. Do those move too? They look like they possibly can. Hard to tell because you have a cheese slope here. Maybe they can. And let me look at another angle here. I like how these bushings make for great eyes, and you have this slope here too for like a almost like a little nose. And oh my gosh, the back side of the crab, or the underside, the belly. Wow. I grew up in San Francisco, so we used to have Dungeness crab all the time. Yep, it's a crab. Wow. The sponsorship, possibly, I was saying congrats about. Oh, I don't know. I didn't ask for to sponsor it, but he just kind of offered. He said, well, you know, I could sponsor it, you know, because we were talking about if Citizen Brick were to sponsor it, because, you know, if we use their minifigs, and he said, yeah, I could sponsor it. Love it. It has character. If you can say that about a crab. Yeah, of course you could say that about a crab. Because crabs, as you know, Sebastian had a lot of character in The Little Mermaid. So, yeah. Let's see. I think he sent a couple more photos. Let's take a look. I think, okay, so this is the other side looking from behind. It's really, really well done. And is that flame yellow color? Because it's hard to tell, because it's like that cheese, the cheese color. It's nice. It's really nice. Well done. That's cool. Let's see. Alright, I'm going to hide this for a moment. Does the crab claws pinch? Yeah. Thanks, Naomi. Very kind of you to show the pics. I wasn't trying to hijack your time. No, it's not a problem at all. Unfortunately, the pinchers don't close. Limited pieces in your collection to make this. Okay, no worries. No worries at all. Crabs have crabby moods. Yes, they do. No, I don't mind at all. In fact, I like the interaction. And I've been debating about, like I said, about StreamYard, because StreamYard, what's beneficial about it is that you can just give somebody a link, and then they can hop into the waiting room, and then you can bring them on the show. It's all original orange. I guess my lighting is just playing tricks with the color. Yeah, it looks more like that cheese orange, or cheese yellow, maybe. My favorite crab is Puku from Bionicle. Oh, okay. Which, by the way, you heard about the Lego Bricklink program, about the Bionicle one. I guess didn't get made because it didn't make the cut the first time. So there was a lot of people ragging on the Bionicle people. So I said, I wonder how Lena feels about this. So anyway, so going back to this whole thing, is that I could even like put this here and then put some more like skyscrapers or something in this area. But I still want the Brickanista Broadcast Network Tower to be kind of the focus. And you asked earlier, yes, I do use StreamYard. At least that's what everyone I stream with uses. I have yet to stream from my channel yet. Oh, you haven't streamed yet? Oh, okay. I was under the impression you were streaming. The bird beat Bionicle. Yeah, that, what, cockatoo or something? Yeah, that beat the Bionicle, which is sad. The bird looks like a better set. Well, I think that was the problem, is that they were trying to appeal to Bionicle users, but using system bricks, which, you know, wasn't going to fly. So I can totally understand why the Bionicle people didn't go for it. Okay, so going back to, I think my answer is clear, that the road needs to be here. And then that gives us this plaza area that we can fill out. And then I can put another 2 modules here. So one module can go here for, you know, creating the more buildings. But the other piece is I might go with this, is that if I put this on the back, you have to run? It's 1 a.m. here. Yeah, you're in Toronto. Thank you so much. Thanks again. You have a wonderful night. Yeah, no, you take care. And no worries, Rick. I'm glad I could give you feedback on your crab. So, yeah. Yeah, so I think, you know, the other thing I can do is I've already done the proof of concept that it's going to be better to have the road out here than to have the road up close. I mean, they technically could put a one-way road this way as a possibility. I haven't seen a lot of people do it that way. Usually there's two roads. So in this case, we're going to connect the plaza. No minifigures that were Bionicle themed. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They were definitely not appealing to the Bionicle people. Okay, so now we have this bigger plaza, so that's one issue. And the other is that the way I create the back of this, and this might be something that I can do instead of focusing on the front, is focusing on the back here and creating some towers that will go onto the back and hide this back part of the, in fact, I should build it this way. What am I thinking? I should be doing this. Is that I could have another module here with the road coming this way, and then the road would come this way with two other modules here. And then we would have to figure out how to cover this up. And like I said, I have a couple of these. I think I have some in white. Let me check. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad Rick said something. I have this teal color. He didn't mention the teal, or the turquoise, dark turquoise. This might actually be better. Okay, I think we have a plan. We have a plan. All right, let's see. All right, I'm gonna move this out of the way because I think my number one thing I really want to do is think about how to cover the back. And if Rick is right, he said 2 of these, I think, will fit on the back to kind of cover this. Yeah. Okay. All right, so here's the plan. We're gonna have to move this, and we might have to move this sidewalk as well. You like the bracelets on the tower? I know. That, like I said, you learn from other builders, and that I got from Debo. Because Debo was watching me do this, and he goes, you know, this is what I did for my Katamari Damacy. Is what he did is he used a lifter arm. In fact, I'm going to be moving this so I can show you. Move this out of the way. Okay. So, let me see if I can... see, that's going to be the easiest way to show you. Knock knock, who's there? Lego. Lego who? Lego of me. Okay. You're on a roll today. Okay, so like I said, I got the connection to connect this from Ferg, and I got the way to connect the bracelets from Debo, and I put them together so it's, I guess, a Brickanista tower. Okay, so here's how the tower is built. You can see that you've got interlaced wristbands. This is the key, this lifter arm. So this lifter arm has a pinned axle in it, and that's what connects these bracelets. And then the ones in between, you just have to tighten them really tight so then that they'll stay, because they're not connected at all. They're just connected with force. And then we have another lifter arm on the bottom here, and that connects to these three there. But what Rick was saying is that this, I think, will fit right over to cover those up. So that is pretty amazing. And what I did here is that I have this rotating platform because I have a hard time connecting cylindrical things, so I put it onto a what do you call this? A 4x4, and I made it a brick with 3 plates. I guess I'm the Lego wheel because I'm on a roll. Yes, you are. So now, considering what Rick was saying, if we put these on the back, let's see if I got this right. Yeah, I have these in this color. All right, so I wonder if this will kind of fit there. Let me see, I think I have another one. I think I only have 3. All right, the concept is definitely solid. But I think what I may want to do is kind of like what he was saying, is put bricks in there instead of plates. And let me see. Okay. So I need to build this up about another 3 bricks maybe. Okay, let me see. I know I had some of these. Where did I put those? Alright, I have these, and I have, I think, enough for two bricks. Oh. Like I said, it's sometimes I like streaming because you get ideas from other builders, and it just like it starts to click, so to speak. Hey, Hefsteds will travel. How are you, Joel? Motorized rotating building would be dope. Yeah. Oh my God. Wow. Well, we were just talking about that, Joel. The only problem is that this has this on the back. And right now, what I'm just trying to do is cover the back, so then that way, when you view it from the outside, that it wouldn't look so bad. So I think the Brickanista Broadcast Tower might have to come out a little bit. So then that way, when you look at it from this angle here, I still have to raise it a little bit, but you can see it looks a lot better from that side. I just have to cover up those bracelets. Let me see if I have enough. Let's see. I think I need 2 more. Let me see what I have color-wise. I have this gray, and I have sand green, and I have red. But this goes back to, remember when I was building this before? Oh, I've got 2 of these. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Stop the presses. Stop the presses. We might actually be okay. I might be able to do this. Even though the color scheme doesn't really match, I guess I could swap out the colors, but what's wrong with the back? Just the gems if you want to make it look more dope. You're talking about these? Yeah, this doesn't look very attractive from the back. So if I put this in here so that this covers it, I mean, it's still not perfect. I mean, it would be maybe better if I swapped out the colors, because I also have some bracelets. Yeah, like if I use this bracelet color instead of the lavender, and that would go around, then it wouldn't look as bad. But now I don't know if I want to undo the whole thing just to replace it with this teal, this turquoise color. So when you said add gems, I don't know what you mean by adding gems, because this part would be exposed and you can't really connect anything to that. So it's kind of like camouflage. How do you camouflage this? And so Rick suggested these panels, which actually in this color look okay, with, as long as the blue is showing more here. So I don't know. I guess the other way I could do this is mount this all onto another plate and then have it rotate. Because that's the other thing, is that this Brickanista Broadcast Network, for it to look right, you have to have it on a rotator, which is this. So the core mechanism sits on this rotator. So this is a good idea, but maybe, I don't know. Like I said, I'm worried about how it's going to fit. I might have to offset it and then somehow move these over. But I do like this concept of just blocking it. And then maybe this is part of another building. Adding those panels is like hiding the fact you innovated with the bands. Oh, I see. Well, I mean, I guess it's all a matter of aesthetics, right? Because I'm thinking about, if you brought this to a show, then a regular spectator looking at it from behind, it would not be as appealing as, you know, the front. So that's why they talk about, even in Lego Masters, remember when they were doing the build from the ceiling challenge, they said, we're going to look at this from 360 degrees, and can you make your sculpture look cohesive, right? So that's the only problem with the bands, is that you have a pretty side, which is this side, which is dope. I think this is still dope. And then you have the other side. Now the problem is, when we add this other color, it kind of works. And I'm trying to think too if there's a way I can connect this color to connect to the back some other way. So I'm going to connect these again and just kind of play around with this. But yeah, I got a lot of comments on innovative parts usage on my Instagram account. They were really, really impressed with this. So yeah, this could sit on a big square, and then I rotate the whole thing, so then that way the BBN sits in the plaza correctly. So I'm just kind of doing a proof of concept right now. Adding those, yeah, well, and then these are taller, so it's almost like I'd have to make the Brickanista Broadcast Network a little taller too. Because, let's see, if I put this here, I think I need to make it one band taller. Like raise it one more, like that. But I don't think I have any more lavender bracelets. Let me check. Do you own any clickets? You can use that on those band holds. Oh, I don't have clickets, unfortunately. No, I don't. And I don't have any more lavender bracelets. I'd have to go get some more lavender bracelets. I have these new kind of fluorescent pink. Okay. Well, Rick said, see, this is the other question. Rick said he didn't mention this teal color or this turquoise color. I have a feeling these come in black. And if these came in black, I think that would probably be enough. And then I could probably raise the bottom using maybe bricks. Maybe some of these on the bottom. And then I can compensate by adding more bricks from here, making it taller that way. Let me see if I have any round black. Let me see. See, it all goes back to what do you have in your collection. And unfortunately, I don't have 4x4s in round. I have like this green. I have a gray. Yeah, maybe I should, like Joel said, leave well enough alone. I could think about it some more too, but if I was able to mount the tower to this, and then I could raise this up. Well, that might be a possibility, maybe. This goes back to, like I said, I have this on a rotator. I would just have to switch the rotator out a little bit. Okay, so you see how I have this, and essentially I would be putting this here. Ideally, it would be black, but this works as well. Do you know what the Lego store and the hardware store have in common? Bricks and 4x4s. Yeah. Oh my goodness. You are on a roll today. Can somebody look this up to see if this comes in black? Because Rick said it's only came in, he didn't mention turquoise, so I don't think he searched correctly. Or I could do a search. What am I saying? I got a computer right here. All right, I know what to do. All right, let me pull up a Bricklink. Bricklink, and then I'll share my screen. Pull this up. Alright, so trolls. I think it's Celebration Village, I think is where I got those from. I'm just looking for this in the background so you don't have to see me scrolling for everything. Trolls. Sets. Only 10 sets? Really? I thought they had more. Like a Pop Village Celebration. Okay, so here I'm going to share this. That way you can see what I'm seeing. You just came up with that joke? Bricklink exists. I'll send you the gem part I'm thinking about. Okay. Alright, that'd be good. Well, in the meantime, here, let me go ahead and share with you what I'm looking at now. So, let's take a look here. There we go. Okay. So, let me go back to Bricklink, and I want to take a look at the parts. And it is this teal color. The color scheme in this set is amazing. Dark quarter cylinder, this one. Okay. And, well, that's interesting because he said the purple. I didn't think he said this dark turquoise. I guess it only comes in Oh, see, black. There we go. That's what I need. Okay, so the black comes in. Alright, let's take a look at this black. There we go. Yeah. How much are these? $20? Are you freaking kidding me? For one? No, no. This just goes back to what I was talking about with Ferg. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. And people only have one or a few, and they're all used. Wow. Oh my god. $60. $60 in the US for this one black cylinder quarter piece? No, thank you. I don't think so. No, no, no. Hey, Cowboy Kenobi's here. Oh my god. Oh my god. I mean, I already told you that this black piece that I got from Ferg is $30 on Bricklink, and he just gave it to me. And if we want to use these panels in black, it's going to cost me $20 per panel. I don't think so. So the part is called Diamond with a Stick on Brickset. Then you can keep it in place using Apollo studs. Oh, okay, here, let me go search on that. Your brother gave me a set of Lego with a 7+ on the box. I must be a genius. I managed to complete it in 2 years. Okay. So, welcome, Corneta. How are you? Welcome to the stream. What we're doing today is we are retrofitting my Microcity because people gave me such good feedback, and we're trying to come up with solutions for the back of this. So, as you know, the back of the bracelet doesn't look very attractive. So what we were doing is we were looking at this part, which I have in this dark turquoise, which came from the Trolls set, and I was looking for it in black. And it's gonna be freaking $20 per panel, or up to $60 per panel. That's insane. That is totally insane. Okay, so let me look up this piece, Diamond with Stick on Brickset. Okay, hold it. It's on Brickset, not Bricklink, right? Or did you mean Bricklink? We'll try Bricklink first. Diamond with Stick. Nope, I think you did mean Brickset. All right. All right, let's do a search on Diamond with Stick. Ah, actually, I might have some of those. Hold up. All these freaking ads. Diamond with Stick. Yeah, I might have some of these, actually. I think I might have them in red. Let me see. What? Ugh. Stop. Alright. Ugh. Alright, we're getting out of Brickset. This is ridiculous. Too many freaking ads. Okay, and then we have this photo from you. Keep in place using an Apollo stud with hole. Okay. The problem is I still need the other one to keep it attached to the, okay, so let me get out of here for a moment. Yeah, okay, let me close this out. Hold up. Okay. So you're saying I put an Apollo stud on the other side and fill these in with those diamond clip things. But the problem is I still have these, and these are connected using that bushing. I mean, another way I might be able to do this is if I put lifter arms on the outside all the way down and then connect the lifter arms with those pin to pins and do it that way. But like I said, I'm kind of more tempted to cover it up. So this is why I think this is probably going to work. The color scheme is a little off, but it will definitely cover. Let's see, there's the other one. If I put these onto a plate and then put the plate on the rotator, but I think this is a suggestion from Rick Brickham, and you might be able to do that. The color's not what I want. I would have rather had black, but there's just no way. I'm not going to spend $20 a panel. I mean, come on. Plus shipping? No. I mean, seriously, just log in permanent on Brickset. You're talking about all the bare holes. Yeah, well, the problem is you can't do that because you need these studs in place to hold the structure together. I mean, it would be cool if you could put all the holes like that, but you need these to be secured. And then you still have this, which you can't really attach anything to. So I think covering it up probably is the best solution. And this turquoise, dark turquoise color isn't too bad. Keeping all the Technic, why hide those holes? Well, like I said, it goes back to aesthetics. You think this is quite beautiful, right? I mean, if I wanted to, I could put another axle and then just put a bushing on there just to make it even. Because right now I've got 3 on this side and then empty, 3 on this side empty. I can just make them all filled in to look exactly the same. That's another option. $80 lower upgrade for a Microcity build. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, like I said, this is something that I was mentioning. If you were showing this at a con, then this to me would be better covered like this. So then the back of it looks like that. So that means if I go with that, I can, you know, I can trade out the bracelets for, I mean, that color doesn't look too bad, but I might need to raise it. That's what we were talking about, getting another bracelet to raise it up. Put axles and bushings to make it even. Not worth it. $80? Yeah, I'm not going to spend $80. And that's why we moved to this, to raise this up. So then that way this might be roughly the same size as this. I think we're gonna have to raise it up a lot. I think it'd just be easier to get more bracelets, honestly. But that means I would need at least 1 more lavender bracelet and 1 more black bracelet. I have the black bracelets, but I don't have the lavender ones. At a con, if those were panels, my first thought would be, what's she hiding? Oh, really? Really? You guys think I should just leave this like this? Because that certainly would make my life easier, that's for sure. There are Technic prices that you can put studs on. Would that work? I'll look up the part for you. Okay, so let's do the easy thing right now. We can put Technic pieces, you know, the axle, the blue pin to axle in there. That's interesting that the people here think that I would be hiding something, which is true, I am hiding something, but I thought aesthetically it actually would be better than that. But see, this is why I stream and build, because, you know, what I may be thinking may not be what others are thinking. I will say, though, that this post has been one of my more popular posts. People have been really impressed with my parts usage. That's what I've been getting a lot of comments on. Max Braun! Is there something wrong? I only see a black screen. Maybe it's on your side. I don't think the others see a black screen. It's a pin with a half stud. It has a pin with a stud. You can put a Lego piece to make it look better. You're talking about just put a Lego piece on the back, some sort of lifter arm, like a real small lifter arm. I don't think there's really anything I could put on there. I'm just putting it there for aesthetics. I mean, it's not connected to anything. We're just trying to find out what Naomi is hiding. I'm not hiding anything. I just want it to look better. You guys think that by putting a panel in front of it, I'm hiding it, which was true. But I just thought it would look better. So, all right. So if we put this here, all right. Now here's a problem. This is not sitting correctly. There we go. Okay, I'll shut it down and be right back. Okay. Instead of the bushings. Okay, wait a minute. It's a pin with a half stud. It has a pin with a stud. You can put a Lego piece on it to make it look better. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about, but the problem is you need this longer pin because it's connected to the lifter arm in the middle in order to give it strength. And the lifter arm is important, so I don't think I could put a pin. Well, I could try. I mean, I could swap out the... I just think the axle is probably going to be stronger. I know Debo worked on this, and I'm sure he probably tried the other one, and it probably didn't hold as well. That's my guess. If he logs on, we can ask. You can have a building behind the tower to hide the bushings. Yeah, well, we're coming full circle. That's how I started talking about it. And then when Rick was on, he was suggesting that I get some of these panels. And I happen to have them in this dark turquoise color, which actually isn't too bad with this color scheme. So if I put these here, then it kind of hides that, you know, the bushings. But you guys are saying you'd rather leave it exposed like this? You really think that's better? Or I should cover these holes as well with the same kind of bushings to make it look the same? I don't know. In my opinion, the panel solution is super clunky. Oh, okay. Well, and honestly, if I put the panels up, it makes the size off as well. Keep it behind a building, that is the best bet. Okay, all right, well just, and that was what I was talking about too. So for those of you who just joined, this is my Microcity, and what I had originally thought about doing was I was going to put the road here, which is why I moved the flower fountain and the Tomb of the Unknown Streamer. So I moved that. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about, putting a building behind it too. And that's when, you know, we I guess got off the rails when we were talking about the panels. Okay, so let's go back. All right, so if we do this, so this is, you know, we earlier in the stream, what I did is I tried this over here, and it just looked too crowded. And so I just said, okay, well, if I move it here, then I could put, you know, this farther out. This also wouldn't have the problem of this overhang anymore because I'll own the adjacent property. So this could still go here. And put the Tomb of the Unknown Streamer somewhere here. Let's see. This way. So we still have that. And then we could build some more buildings over here. But just, we need a focal point kind of going this way. So it's next to a building and have a street go around your plaza to the other building. Right, right. So essentially what we talked through is that we're going to have almost like a 9-grid block, because originally what I was going to do, and this is where I kind of left off, is that we know that this is going to go here. I can build that later, but what I can build now is to cover up that building, is I could start working on this side and build a building up here to kind of cover that section. But maybe still leave that open so you can see this. And I could even, I didn't talk about this earlier, but I could even put this over here on this side and then build another building over it. Hey Zach, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. We were just talking through the expansion of Brickanista Plaza and the Naomi Tomi building. So if Debo shows up, he probably got a kick out of that when we changed that out. But yeah, I mean, another thing that was kind of cool, since now that we can have this over here, is that when I was working on the sidewalks, there's another curved piece, that these sidewalks actually match now. So this, you can see that it actually snakes through, and I don't have that gap like I used to have. So I can do that. Let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to do a 1x4 or a 1x3 and a 1x2. Yeah. So anyway, we were talking through this earlier about why would I want to do one versus the other. I mean, I could also, I have another curved macaroni piece. It all goes back to, and when Max rejoins, he's a Micropolis person. It goes back to, what are you kind of designing here, right? And what I kind of liked about the first one is that I had these unusual pathways, so that there was like a sidewalk that kind of wrapped around. And so I'm just kind of playing with this now, that what I may end up doing is, aha, yeah, a 1x4. Now we have a 1x4 line here. There we go. Okay, so now we have this walkway, and now we don't have that gap that we had before. And what I did originally was I was queuing this up on stud number 3, because a regular sidewalk would be at stud number 3. You need to bow out. You have to wake up early. Okay, no worries. Have a good night. Yeah, you need to rewatch Friday's Tricky Brick stream to see everyone's builds. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, I was mentioning that this build, I think I've gotten the most comments on because of my parts usage. People were really impressed with the bracelet tower, with the use of the trolls pieces here on top. And then also the trolls pieces here, and the video bracelet. So, you know, being able to combine all those different elements into one build, I got a lot of compliments on that. So yeah, but going back to the standard, and now that I've put these sidewalks in, and I kind of want to stick with the black, because this really kind of gives a futuristic kind of play to it. And I wanted to show you the inner workings of how the tower connects. So this connects to the base, and then on here, and this is where I got this suggestion from Ferg, is that a 2x2 round with an axle hole secures this on top. And what we were doing is we were putting this into an empty axle hole in the lifter arm. Let's see if I can get the right one. Let's see if I can find it. I think it's this one. Yes, the BBN tower looks great. Such a unique touch. Thank you. Yeah, this one's definitely a keeper. And like I said, I have both Ferg and Debo to thank for their advice on this tower, because I definitely learned a lot from both of them. but I'm now trying to find which connection did I get through. All right, that might be it. Okay, so what I did is this lifter arm has one of those tri-axle connections, and then I have a bushing or an extender here, and then I have just a what is it, a pin to axle going the other way. So now this pin goes into the lifter arm, one of the extra holes. And then what I was doing is I was connecting that to this, because, you know, I have a hard time connecting round things to plates. It does feel micropolis. Thanks for the shout out. It is micropolis. The difference is that this is the this is the micropolis standard down here. And the difference is that I'm also using a black kind of plate, which is not typical. You usually use like green or blue or some typical colors. But yeah. So anyway, I have a hard time connecting rounds to base plates or plates. So I jury-rigged a 4x4 with 3 plates, and then I have a rotator on the bottom. And this gives me the chance to rotate the BBN tower any way I want. Now, Joel, before he left, was saying, you should rotate this tower. I said, yeah, but the problem is you have that end, this funky looking end. So I just wanted it to look right when it's placed on the plate. So that's kind of what that's where I was coming from. So anyway, so now you kind of know how everything connects, and if I can get everything to sit properly. Uh-oh. Like I said, I usually raise it up so I can see it better. And then I can set this down onto the plate. That might be too far over yet. So, oops. Yeah. Were you able to finish and add the initial companion piece before the slideshow and submit it? Which companion piece? Because I ended up doing the BBN tower with the Trolls Tower Nakatomi, or I called it Nakatomi originally, but now we're calling it Naomi Tomi Tower, which I like. That was a Deboism. Yeah. So I'm not sure which companion piece you're talking about. I did put the, I did start on this, but I did not attach it, if that's what you mean. Okay. I don't know why I have such a hard time connecting rounds to squares. There we go. Okay. So this is what I have to do because I'm just spatially challenged. Alright, so now, and the rotator, like I said, is important just to get it the right way. Alright, there we go. So now, see, I can turn this any way I want, so then that way the BBN will face the way I want it to. You just let the dogs out, still 90 degrees outside? Oh, that's right, you posted that story that it was 112. That's insane. Oh my god, I hope you're staying cool, Cowboy Tornado. I like the build, and I'm glad I've shared some puns. I also need to go to sleep, so good night. Okay, no problem. So our debate today has been, do we cover these? Do we cover the bracelet, or do we not? Because to me, this looked kind of funky, but people said if you're covering it, then it's like you're hiding the beauty of it. Okay, yes, it was the second piece you had started after the first build. Yeah. No, I decided not to add it because there was still some more thought that I needed to do. So, so if I take this out, the original build, this sidewalk was farther down. It was actually over here. And I moved this up to the third stud. And so it would be kind of similar to this. Because if you look at this, you have the third stud. And this is a Micropolis standard. This is where you have the two for the road, the sidewalk, and then the crosswalk. And then I was doing that, but then it looked super cramped, and then I wasn't going to be able to put some of the original elements back, some of these. So then I was looking at it from this side and trying to also look at this side to see if I should build up on the back. And then I also concluded that the front of this will have to look like this. So what we'll do, so I'm glad you're here, Max, because I think this still adheres to the Micropolis standard, is that what I'll be doing is this piece will be the road piece from the front. We'll put another piece here for the back. So there'll be another road over here. And then what we were talking about is building up a tower to cover the back. So then that way it wouldn't be so unsightly from this side. See, to me, it's really unsightly. To some of you, it's like, you don't want to cover that up. You want to show everybody that. It's like, okay. And going back to this piece, this is a $30 piece. And Ferg just gave it to me. Because he says, I have one, you can have it. And I'm like, okay, it's like 30 bucks. He goes, ah, that's okay. He's one of the most encouraging people I've met when it comes to my building. And I met him at Bricks by the Bay. So see how that tower fits perfectly now? So I met him in 2019, and when I was at Bricks by the Bay, we were both in the pop culture area, and we were both volunteers. So anyway, so yeah, that looks really, really cool. And see, like I said, the tower rotates, so I can position it exactly where I want. Because that's why I told you rotators are like my go-to piece. I love rotators. I try to put them in my MOCs whenever I can. But anyway, so yeah. Yeah, this has been one of my proudest, I think, buildings, is creating the Brickanista Broadcast Network Tower. Now you notice that the walkways have changed slightly. So so this will still fit here if I wanted to put it here, but now that I'm working on like the back, I could put it, you know, on this side, build up a taller building to kind of mask this, which means if I do that, I might have to use like black and white plates, is one thought I had, was just to build like black and white plates going up to cover that portion of the tower. So yeah, so that's where we're at right now. And so now this little mini city is going to get huge, because what started as one 16 by 16 is going to have to be, I think, 9, just to kind of encompass the whole thing. Or it could be 6, I think. Usually they like you to do things in modules of 4. So that's what I was originally trying to keep. And I don't know, I'm going to have to figure things out. But so Max, let me ask you this question. Since I'm using a black base, will that throw things off? Or as long as I keep the sidewalks and the roads the same, should it be fine? I just need to make sure. I don't know if he's still on. I think he is. It's like, okay. So I think for today, now that we've all decided that we're just gonna keep this, and thanks for your input, because what I did is I did add a bushing and an axle to just make them match, even though they're just aesthetic at this point. But yeah, so the BBN tower will still be here. Like I said, I can rotate it, and I will just need to build something, and this bushing just barely is right to the edge. You know, it's right to the edge there. So I think, yeah, I think I'm just going to have to build a building that is just going to cover that section. That might not be too hard. I have lots of whites. I have lots of white and gray. I don't want to put too many translucents in there, because I think the translucents will, you'll see through these. So I'm starting to think that maybe I'm just going to do like I don't know, bricks and maybe some black plates or something. Something really simple. And once again, I'm worried about that bushing kind of pushing out. So let me just test something here. Maybe I'll do this, so in that way there's a little bit of a walkway here. Yeah, okay. I think that'll still work. And if I put the bushing in there, then it has some place to go. Okay, I'm just gonna do something really simple right now. I'm gonna show you just kind of sideways. I'm just gonna build up and use some plates for, I think, some trim. Should I use lavender? I probably should, huh? This is the Lavender City. Got to keep true to the cause. Yeah, I'm so sorry you're going through that heat wave, Tornado. I tell you, I went through that up here, and I've already been looking at air conditioning units because I have no air conditioning. At least I hope you have some air conditioning. Let's see. I might need to move it out one more stud. Make it two. Don't really like that. Oh shoot, there was a Tricky Lug meeting today. Yes, there was. We missed you. Sorry you missed it. And just like I said, I'm hesitating because I want to add the lavender, but I also want to make it building-like. Let's see. Let me turn this way so I can see it from my angle. Let's see. Do I have a 1x2? I have these. These could be interesting. Yeah, I don't have a lot of 1x2s that are just plates. But, and then I've got 1x6, so yeah, I think I'm gonna have to move it out 2 more. You totally slipped your mind. That's okay. It was also on an off day, because you know usually we meet on you know the first weekend of the month. So yeah, we did move it. And Minifig Chick did send a reminder, so a lot of people probably forgot. That's okay. All we talked about was we went through the campground collab, and we went through those, and Flynn was there, and he said he wanted to showcase those at the next Friday, I think. I think we're going to have a review of all of those. And then we talked about future collabs. What are we going to do for the future? I'm looking for another 1x6. I'm like, I know I've got at least one more. I wouldn't think it makes any difference what color the base is, as long as it needs the standard. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought too. So I am gonna roll with it. I'm gonna roll with it, and if somebody says I'm not adhering to the standard, I say it's a MOC. You know, that's what we do. It is a MOC. Okay, well, I don't have it as a plate, but I do have it as a tile. So that, let me see if I have a second tile. That might work better. I'm gonna break out some pillars too. Yeah, there wasn't much covered in the meeting, so you didn't miss much. Ooh, yeah. Put that, and that way I can put a sign there. Let's try that. Okay. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. Are the Tricky Lug meetings on a Zoom call? Yes. They're always the first Saturday of the month. And send an email to trickylug@gmail.com so you can be added to the list. Yeah, I think that might work. Will that be big enough to cover? I think so. Yeah. Okay. I think that's what we're gonna do. And I think I have translucent edges. Let's see. Nope. Maybe I used them. Nope, I got some. Let me see. Let me just see how this is going to look, because the whole point is to cover up that building. I don't want to use too many of the clears, because then you can see right through it. I want to add the clears like after it goes up to the top here. Or maybe I put them sideways. I could do it that way. Maybe if I put them sideways like this. Because then it may not be as obvious. Is the music still on from Spotify, or is it Pretzel Rocks tonight? It's Pretzel Rocks tonight because apparently there is a way I can link Spotify to YouTube, and then I won't have to worry about having the DMCA strikes, because I logged on to Spotify today, and it was weird. It gave me some popular music, like, you know, I like Garbage, so Garbage was like one of the options, and I'm like, okay, that's not what I was doing, but actually that doesn't look too bad. Here, I'll show you from my view. So that's kind of, in that front piece I can put a sign in front of it, so I think I might do that. So even though this might still show a little bit, I think because I'm doing them horizontally or vertically, they might actually look better. Yeah, I was worried because you know, if I do something and I get a DMCA strike, I think you only get 3 strikes and then they kill your account. It's pretty okay, let's see. I just want to see how that looks. That's not too bad. All right, we're gonna roll with that. We're gonna roll with the. Let me get some room over here. Yeah, I got a lot of these slopes from the pick-a-brick wall. Here, I'm going to zoom in a little so you can see what I'm doing better. Yeah, since this is Lavender City, we got to put as much lavender in there as we can. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed my interview with Ferg. I hadn't seen him in a long time, not since Bricks Cascade, and he is hilarious. And he's an amazing builder. If you haven't seen he's been interviewed 3 times on Beyond the Brick. I'm like, dude. And I said, Beyond the Brick has not interviewed me yet for anything. And he's so polite. He's like, that's because you have subtle builds. Yeah, I don't put out a 5-foot Avengers tower on a rotating base. You know, that's what he did. It was pretty phenomenal, actually. Still is. If you look at the video, it's pretty amazing. Yes, it sounds like you were going to start using Spotify. It sounds like a nice selection of popular music. Yeah, I went with this because, like I said, I do want to go with Spotify, and I've been reading up on being able to do that on YouTube without getting a DMCA strike. And thankfully, I don't think the other day I got a strike, so I think I'm okay. I think I'm gonna be okay. So, and I don't even know if this is architecturally pleasing or not, but it's gonna be the cover-up building. I gotta think of a name for this building. But I think this might be enough. Let me see if I can angle this for the cameras. Okay, so here's the back side of the bracelet tower. And then I'm starting to build this. That covers it enough, huh? Even with the translucent, it doesn't look too bad. I think I'm going to keep rolling with it. So I need to go up at least another, maybe 2 more bricks. Yeah, I'm going to look into the Spotify thing because I was really enjoying that Spotify music. But then remember when that one popular song came on and then all of a sudden I was panicking? Well, they gave me, I guess because I tuned into Spotify, they gave me a few selection lists, and clearly they know my preferences because they had No Doubt, Garbage, 90s music like Berlin and some other things, and I was like, okay. Goes back to those cookies really know what you like. Yeah, I'm actually liking this technique. I haven't done a tower this way before, but I'm enjoying this, and I hope you are too. Yeah, and the other thing I really liked about going to see Ferg and Allie was I took the ferry for the first time since I moved up here across to the peninsula and Bainbridge Island, and I really loved it. So I'm hoping, in fact, Ferg has a collection of Citizen Brick that we talked about it, and we're going to save that for another episode. But he's very well known at Citizen Brick. He's in the top 9 people. He's got a medal and everything, because he's a big collector. Oops. I have my little trough now here. It catches things when they drop. Okay. Yeah, actually this tower is looking pretty dope, yo. And I'm really glad I picked these pieces up. These. Uh-oh, what's going on? Virus protection? Okay. I don't think I need to worry about that right now. Yeah, I'm actually liking this a lot. Okay, so here, let me show you where we're at the moment. Okay, so let's angle this again. So there's the tower that we need to cover, and that actually looks pretty good. Just, you can still see through it, but it's occluded enough. So I think I need to go up a couple more floors. I haven't seen any negative comments, so I'm assuming keep going, Brickanista, keep going. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, so like I said, I'm a fairly new builder, and meeting Ferg in Bricks by the Bay, you know, we were just volunteers in the pop culture section, and you know, that was my first MOC that I had displayed there, and you know, he said, yeah, it's really good, and I didn't believe it at the time, and then I won the award. Looks good? Okay, thank you. Yeah, this, you know, I got these from a pick-a-brick wall too, these 1x2 clears, and I usually put them this way, on this way, and I just realized you're not seeing what I'm doing. There we go. So yeah. Oops. Well, it is the Lavender City, so Debo would be proud. I think we're starting to get some traction because Robin just posted a lavender build. Thank you, Robin. It looks amazing. So if you haven't seen it, it is like a Hobbit city in lavender, which was great. I was really happy to see that. So thank you for your contribution. We might have to get some more people to put their lavender builds in. Okay. Yeah, little microcities can be tedious, but they can be fun too. And it goes back to it's art, right? This is how we interpret the world. All right, so let's see. Let's go back and check. Let's see. Angle it up some more again. See if we're tall enough to cover that. Almost. But I'm also looking at it from that angle. I wonder if we need to angle the BBN tower. Like I said, it's on a rotator, so we do it that way. That covers that up. Let's see, how does the BBN tower look from the street? I don't like this angle as much. So I think we might have to build this building in two parts. So then that way it connects. Great build. Thank you. Yeah, I'm thinking that, remember I was saying that this is going to be connected to another two sections. So I think to really make it work, might have to do another section over here. So in other words, this might be one of those buildings that wraps around, kind of like a hospital building might do that. But yeah, I'm gonna keep building, and this is actually working out great because if you look at it on the other purple or the other lavender building, this butts up right next to it, so then it's not blocking the other building. So the positioning is actually really, really good. So thank you, I appreciate that. And I'm looking at the bottom that maybe I need to swap this out. What's nice is that I made these in columns, so now I'm gonna swap this out so that this goes all the way to the bottom. And I think you've probably seen this on Lego Masters, is that if you put a lot of repetition in, that it just, the uniformity makes it look really good. So I think that, oh yeah, that looks awesome. And I just literally got these lavender pieces from the Pick-a-Brick wall like last week. Like I said, they know me there. What are you working on? Naomi, what are you working on now? It's nice to kind of go in and they know me, and they're trying to help me with my projects, you know? And that's really cool. Okay, so the question is, all right, so here's my building so far. And I'm thinking about this bottom 2 bricks, the 2x2s at the bottom. If I just leave it like that, or if I change those up. So I'm gonna just think about that some more. But yeah, I like this technique. This will be good. Okay, so I think I can add something here and then have it go all the way across. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So like I said, I have some 1x6s. Or oh, that's right. I think I have some tiles in here. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put these on top too. Yeah, like I said, I think that we as Lego artists aren't always taken that seriously, but we also are harder on ourselves than we should be. And that's one thing I learned from Ferd in my conversation with him. And I think now that I'm trying to, you know, I guess feel better about it myself, just as an artist, I'm feeling pretty good. Okay, so I'm hesitating because I do have these, and I'm even wondering if I should go with the another, or ooh, what if I offset these and put these forward, so it's almost like going forward in front of this, like an overhang almost. Huh. I know, so many ways to do things. And once again, it also depends on what pieces you have. Because I can also just have that go straight across, but I have a problem because I have lots of 1x4s and I have lots of 1x6 plates, but I don't have a lot. I'm sorry, tiles, but I don't have a lot of 1x6 plates, and I don't have a lot of 1x2s either. So I'm just looking at the plates that I have. So I think what I'm going to have to do. Let's see. Ooh, I have this. Okay. Now if I can just get 1x2s, 1x2 plates is what I'm looking for. 1x2 plates! This is not good. I think I may have used them on the other tower. I think that was the other problem. But these are all my tiles, but I'm looking for plates. Plates, plates, more plates. Yeah. Okay, I got 1x3. Yeah, well, I hope everybody's enjoying their weekend. Like I said, the weather here has been just beautiful. So I went out for a drive a little earlier, and just been so enjoying just being up here. I can tell you, just being in this area has been, I don't know how to say it, but it's almost like a renaissance, maybe? You feel like reborn. No, that sounds kind of corny, but I just really, really grateful that even though it sucks because we're in the middle of COVID, my timing being here has worked out really, really well. Okay. Well, I might have to use these just because there's just the way this is coming together. I just don't have the right portions. Let's see. It's like I need two. All right, let's try something. Probably good to have two hands for this one. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Thank you about your build. Yeah, you had an amazing build. It was really good to see that. I'm just lightly placing things just to see how it looks. I think I need one more plate level, but I'm hesitating because I don't have a lot of, like, I need to fill out 6, but I have 2, 4, 5. Okay, so we're gonna go with the studs. Let's see how it looks. Not too bad of a weekend for me, thanks. Hope everyone's, yeah. Well, it just goes back to, we just got to appreciate what we have. You know, things aren't perfect, but I'm just grateful that, you know, I've been very healthy. I've been very, very happy about that. I know that I'm looking at this to make sure it's going to secure down. Yeah. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can I get 10 out of what I have here? See, I've got 4, 4. Though this isn't ideal. It's like a 6 and a 4 would be great, but I don't have them in the right proportions. 4, 4, and 2. I might be able to do that. Let's see. Wait a minute. Let me check my twos. I can't tell if I clean these out of lavender or not, so I'm looking at my little 1x2 section. I see pink. I have a purple. Okay, we might be able to use purple. Because if we do a 6 on the top, yeah, purple might work. Looking at finishing, I think that's purple. It's hard to tell. That looks brown, doesn't it? Oh my goodness. I do know where I do have some purple. I just set aside some dots. Some purple dots. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to use those. Alright, let's put the purple dots. Yeah, I did a lot of sorting this weekend. Lots of sorting and trying to get things arranged. Let's see, where are those purples? I just have them. Aha! So I've got these purple quarter rounds. Not too bad of a weekend, yep. And like I said, I've been really grateful to be up here. You know, things aren't perfect in my life by any stretch of the imagination, but at least I feel that I'm in the right place. I'm where I'm meant to be, I guess, for lack of a better term. Okay, let's see if we get the purple. All right, this is what I was thinking. We've got 6 in the middle, so that could go down there. And then I can finish the top. How am I going to finish this? I mean, I don't know, I could always change this up later. I'm looking at that, but I also think it might be better continuous. So that's continuous. All right. Well, we can always change it if we don't like it. That's the great thing about Lego, is that if you don't like it, you can change it. Yeah, I will say that Tricky Leg has really boosted my confidence in my building skills. Just all the challenges we do on a regular basis and the feedback we get. It's awesome. Okay, and then I think put another purple there. Or should I put this other color? Because we have this one too. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with the dark. Okay. These are still a little squirrely. I would rather have these connected here, but I just don't have the pieces. If this was 12 long, oh, wait a minute. What if I have it overhang? That actually wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, let me try that. Because then it would secure it down, which would be better. It would be better to have it secured. In fact, I probably should use the dark purple to do that. Go all the way across. Because the one overhang kind of could be considered like a feature, right? That's what I'm calling it. It's a feature. Oops. Oops. Oh, no. One over. There we go. Yeah, that's more structurally sound. Even though you have that one overhang, I'm not too worried about that. Put another plate here. Yeah. Yeah, that's better. And if I really want to see if I want to add this, that might work. Let's add another slope. Okay, I think we have it. Alright, so let's see how this looks. Like I said, I'm still hesitating about the base, but I think this structure and this design is going to work okay. So here's the design of the building. And I added, since I didn't have 1x2s, I just used 1x1s going across, which actually gives it a nice little texture. So I like that. And then, if we angle this so you can see, so the back of the bracelet building will be covered by that, which looks actually pretty darn good. Actually, I like that a lot. Considering I had to kind of jury rig it. And yeah. So the question is, when the BBN is turned the way I like it, how much do those bracelets show? Alright, so I've turned the BBN the way I like it. So this side looks pretty good. And I think what I'll have to do is create a similar building on this side. Kind of like there. Like next to the BBN building to cover it up. Around the same height. I could wrap this around, but since I know I'm running low on parts, I think I'm going to have to use a different color. And have another building kind of cover it this way. Okay, you guys convinced me. But I think that works great. And like I said, this, well, only problem is that overhang. So remember I said the overhang makes it structurally better, but now the overhang goes in front of this building. So maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I want to go back to using the, yeah, I think I'm going to have to do that. Even though structurally it won't be as secure, it'll be better for the aesthetic. So back to this. Yep, unfortunately, though I could mix it up a little. I wonder if I do it this way. That way this will keep it structurally sound. And I think I have, I thought I had a brick. Hold up. Yeah, I do have a brick. We put a 1x4 here. Yeah, that's more structurally sound. Yeah, actually that looks pretty darn good. I surprise myself sometimes. Hi Tiro, how are you? Good to see you. We are making some adjustments here to a building that I'm working on. Let's see. How are you? You doing well? I think everybody's enjoying their weekend, except for poor Cornado, who is in blistering heat in California. Ooh, I actually like what's happening here. Let's see, we need a 1x2 plate, or actually we can use these dots. Yeah, I think we'll use these dots. Yeah, it's amazing how this building came together, and I don't tend to use graphic design programs. I just build, and then some things come to mind. So here's the Brickanista Broadcast Network Tower, the back of it, and then this building now covers it up. And you see what I did is I added the slopes at the top to give it a little bit more of a peak, and I think that looks pretty good. And it's finished. I've got plates on top, so it's kind of finished off. I might change these out to lavender if I can find them. In fact, I know I have them. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? I know I have those. I was using purple because originally I was using a purple 1x8 or 1x6, I think, to go across the top. Yeah, so we're expanding the city. City is getting a revamp, even though it's only been built for a short amount of time. That's what MOCs do, is that you switch things out. And Doc Sampson, is it over? What do you mean, is it over? MOCs are never over. You know better than that. It's a constantly evolving process. I don't know if you've seen the new building I've been working on. This is the building to cover up the back of the Brickanista Broadcast Network Tower. And I was just making a note that I do have the lavender color here as quarter rounds. I was using this dark purple, but actually I could use the lavender, which will look nicer. Oops. So I'm replacing these. I was in a live call. Okay. Oh, I say, are you saying, is this thing over? No, let's see, what time is it? 11:30? I think we'll end around, I don't know, next 15 to 30 minutes, somewhere in there. So I think I'll be at a stopping point real soon. But I'm glad about the direction. Is the stream over or going to midnight? Yeah, I'm going to be streaming for a little bit. So yeah, welcome to the stream. What you missed earlier, Doc, is we were talking about whether or not the back of the building of the Brickanista Broadcast Network should be... Ooh, I just realized I have... Those are the lighter lavender. Let's see if I have the dark lavender squares. Yeah, we were just debating for a while, especially when Joel was here. I was going to cover up the back of the Brickanista Broadcast Network with a couple of rounded, what do you call them, panels? Rounded panels, but he was like, why would you do that? People want to see your work. And it's like, okay. That's the thing about Joel. We love him because he's very opinionated, but he always has good intentions. Just kind of funny because if you hear him rant about the Lego Masters, it's kind of like, I knew who was going to be taken off a while ago. Like, okay. There we go. Okay, so we've got that. So here's our lavender and white building, which will go behind the Brickanista Broadcast Network. And just so you're up to date, Doc, is that I tore apart the Brickanista Broadcast Network building so people could see how it's constructed. And there is a rotator on the bottom so that you could rotate the building so that you can have the letters exactly where you want it. So, and we were just talking about how do we cover that up, and we just decided we're going to, first of all, make the bushings match, because there used to be 3 on this side and 3 on the bottom. So I put a bushing and an axle there so that they match, just for aesthetics only, not structural at all. And then I'm building this tower to go behind the Brickanista Broadcast Network so it covers that up. And when you angle it this way, it still needs to cover that. So this next module on this side will have to have something similar, like a different kind of tower to cover that section. But I think this is definitely a good solution because, you know, if you're looking at it really closely, you'll see, but from this angle, it actually, here, I'll show you the top angle, it's pretty darn close to it, so you can't really see much of it. So this tower really does cover it up pretty well, and it matches with the scheme. And let me just look at it. Oops. Look at it from this point of view. If we look at the BDN tower from here, and you look at it this way, you can see the other building just kind of meshes with the whole skyline, which is cool. That's dope, yo. That is dope. In fact, now that I'm looking at it this way, because this is going to be the main focal point from this direction. I need to move these the other way. In my humble opinion, since I'm the artist, it's like, it's what I do. It's what I do. Okay, so once again, BBN Tower, and then we have that other glass and lavender and white tower, and then we have the Trolls Tower next to it. And then I had to change it up a little bit because from this side, had to make sure that this didn't block the Trolls Tower from this side. So now we have the back side of the Trolls Tower, which still has some room. Yeah, so I think that's pretty awesome. So now we know that this tower will be sitting behind here. And then the other thing we decided is that I'm going to have to put another module in front of this for the road. Though I guess, I don't know, maybe I could put the road in front. Now I like this sidewalk. I like this meandering sidewalk. So yeah. So that's what we've worked on today. And so yeah, you came in right as I was kind of winding things down. But I could build another base plate in the meantime to get ready for the front. Yeah, let me see if I can zoom out a little bit. So you can see that I have this meandering road or walkway. I could put the fountain back if I wanted to. Put this back here. Oops. Oops. Off by one. There we go. It's right on the edge. So we got that. I guess we could still put the flame of the unknown streamer. The flame of the unknown streamer. And if you listen closely, you'll hear them saying like, follow, and subscribe. So here's the original, kind of almost back to where it was. I can add the trees later. But now we have this second module, which is going to go here to cover up that wristband. So that was the debate we were having that you missed, Doc. Is we were debating about, should we cover this up like with panels so you can't even see this? And Joel's argument was, and Cornado chimed in too, that they would rather see the technique. Because if you are at a show, somebody might ask you, hey, can I see how you did that? And then you can, you know, lift this out of the module and say, yeah, those are dots bracelets, and you can see that, you know, the technique that was used. And like I said, I put this together with a combination of advice from Debo and Ferg, and then this idea of putting these 1x2s around the front was Ferg's idea, and it looks awesome. And like I said, the BBN tower in turn, because it's on a rotator, which is my idea. So, like I said, I put rotators in almost every build. And so if I put the BBN tower like that, so you can see it that way, all I'll have to do is the next module that is over here will need to cover this part of the wristband. But I do like how this new building came out. I think overall it's not bad, considering I didn't plan it. I guess the question I have for you is this entrance, should I replace those the bottom white ones, or if I should just leave them in place? I think that works, but another part of me thinks maybe I should change it. dots bracelet, and a video handle. Yeah, and trolls pieces. So this build has a video bracelet, dots, a video handle, dots bracelets, and trolls pieces with this, and that. The felt flower. So yeah, see if you could do that. get a video handle, dots bracelets, and these felt pieces, and show me what you got. Yeah, like I said, I've gotten a lot of really positive comments about my parts usage, being able to put them all together in one cohesive build. So yeah, I'm very, very proud of this. This is the Brickanista Broadcast Network Tower next to Naomi Tomi, the trifecta, right? The Naomi Tomi Tower and the Trolls Tower. And I guess we should name this next tower the cover your butt tower. That's gonna go right there. I actually like how that worked out because it actually looks pretty centered with the Brickanista Broadcast Network Tower, and it blends, being lavender. It really blends well together. So I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, I think I could keep that. And then the other thing we talked about, it would look better, aesthetically pleasing to the eye if it was color coordinated. Yeah, I think that's why when we were talking about the teal or this dark turquoise, that wasn't going to work. Yeah, so I think now that we have this all together, and then if you just imagine this building not being there, this would be the next road plate that would be in front of the building. The doorway, I mean. It would be pleasing the eye if it was color coordinated. Well, it is color coordinated. It's white. Do you mean adding another, replacing the bottom with the slopes? Because that's what I was thinking about, is putting those as slopes all the way around the bottom. Is that what you mean? Or the other thought I had was replacing both of these and putting in like pinstriping with the but I have to have 1x2 or 2x2s, and I don't think I have the 2x2s in the lavender color. So I'm asking Zach, should I keep this, or are you suggesting that I change it? Because it is color coordinated with the white and the lavender all the way around. And this is a new technique I have never done with a building before. It's just the 1x2s sideways instead of forward. That's the name, no thinking about it. The cover your butt tower. Yes, exactly, cover your butt tower. Now the last thing I could do is fill in these on the front, because I have these holes that are showing. So I could just put those quarter rounds. So that is light lavender, so I could use the dark lavender, or maybe a combination of dark and light. You're out? Okay, take care. Thanks for confirming with me too, Max, that I'm still okay as far as the color palette and everything. The slopes would be cool. Putting the slopes at the bottom. Okay, I could try that. And since I'm going to be doing this, I need to get my lavender quarter rounds out. Where are they? Lavender quarter rounds. There they are. Okay, so let's start with the slopes. And let's hope I don't tear the whole building apart. Hopefully this is structurally sound, that I can remove this without causing too much hassle. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So we're essentially going to replace these bottom ones. I will say the clutch on these white 2x2s is really strong. I mean, it's like when they're stuck together, they are stuck together. Okay. Hey Glenn, how's it going? We're almost done actually. We are working on the cover your butt tower. Cover your bracelet butt tower. I'm gonna have to come up with a better name, but that's the code name for now. Because we had a debate about whether to hide the bracelet, the back of the bracelet, or to keep it the way it is. So, and now what I'm doing is I'm replacing the doorway a little bit. So yeah, hope you're doing well. Oops, grabbed the wrong piece. All right, let's see if I can do this in 1+3. Okay, so this is the new look. Yeah, I think I like this better. Good call, Zach. See ya. Are you taking off, Glenn? He said hello and goodbye. Or are you saying goodbye to Max? Actually, that looks really good, like that. So now, like I said, the last thing I want to do is work on the detailing on that. And let's see. Got my dots. I could use circular ones. How many do I need? I need 6. I also have the squares, and I have the quarters. And I have them, some of them in the lighter color, and then some in the dark. And I could use white in there too if I wanted to. Yeah, what's interesting is that I don't have very many of the, in the dark lavender, I have only quarter rounds. I don't have these other round ones. We've had an evening. We watched Black Widow with the grandkids. Oh, very cool. Did you like it? Was it good? No, CYA Tower. Just called the CYA. Instead of the CIA, we've got the CYA. Yeah. Let's see. I'm tempted to just go all the way down with these rounds or with the squares. Asparagus for show. Okay. Let's see how many of these squares I have. I have 6 squares. I might have some white squares too, which is another reason I'm looking at the squares. And the other thought was to make a sign. So the other thing I'm going to look at is seeing if I have any tiles, like printed tiles. I have lavender in them. Oh, I should put the panda tile on there. Hold up. This could be the panda tower. Do I have my panda tiles? Or did I put them over here? Oh, because remember how I said I always put this as a signature? So I could put this like on the front. So you know it's a Brickanista building. I don't know if I should put 3 of them, or maybe I should just use beat bits. Let me see what else is here. Oh, I've got one of these. Let me see if there's another one that's got the same color scheme. This one might work. The panda definitely needs to stay. Okay, let me move these tiles out of the way. I'm not quite happy with this, but it is kind of funny. But I think the panda tile definitely needs to stay, and I might need to put something else in between or on either side. So there's the this combination. I think we're gonna keep the pandas there. I have 3 sets, but I don't want to waste all my panda tiles. Surprised Brickanista doesn't have hundreds of that panda at the ready. Not yet. I have to order some, but I think maybe we could just go with the squares on either side and just have the panda thing as the front of it. Or maybe I should put this at the top, up here somehow. No, I think the front of the building is fine. And like I said, anybody who follows my work will know that's like a signature tile. Yeah, I think this is the way to go. I just think it's hilarious. I'm sorry, but I mean, you should know. You're following me, so you know, I'm easily amused. Okay, so check this out. It's the lobby to the Panda Tower. That's what this is. I got 1 or 2 of those panda beat bits I need to send to you. Oh, sure. If you're looking for something to send me, I will take them. That looks pretty cool. Like I said, I'm not sure if I would change anything else. I mean, maybe I could, if I had 2x2 tiles in maybe a burgundy or magenta. Let me check. Let me put these back. Like I said, I'm easily amused. Two by two. Let's see. Do I have the right color? I think that's red. I have white. Maybe I could just put some plain white ones on either side. Let's see how that looks. We'll put one on for comparison purposes. All right, so what do you think? Square 2x2 or the 2 1x1 squares on the left? The panda tile's definitely staying. That one's definitely staying. I don't know, I'm kind of leaning towards the 2x2. Oops. There we go. I think that looks pretty good, actually. It looks cool. Yeah, I think so too. So let's show it in its intended place. And instead of the CYA tower, it's the Panda Tower. This Panda is going to be right next door. All right, let me angle the camera. All right, there we go. Okay, so this tower will go right in here with the panda tile in front. And I didn't plan that out. I was just I just realized that last minute. Oh, that looks awesome. That looks awesome. 2 1x1s instead of the 2 1x1s. So instead of the 2x2s. Okay, let me try that. Pandy Panda is a better name than the Cover Your Ass Tower. Yeah, I think so. I agree. I think that, you know, you gotta take what you have. Or your call. Well, let's look at both. So, all right. So here's the, oops. All right. So here are the two 1x1s on either side. And then this is what it will look like next to the Brickanista Broadcast Network. We have Pandy Panda Tower. That almost looks like apartments. That could be like an apartment complex right next to the building. So I'm almost tempted to say I might need the medium lavender, either as 1x2s or as, or let's see, I have them in these quarter rounds. Let's try one more. Only because to bring it to the side to give it some continuity. You're good with calling it the Pandy Panda Tower? Yeah, as long as you can use CYA name in the future. Yeah, I think the CYA tower is probably the code, but it's officially called the Pandy Panda Tower. Yeah, you know, it's funny, that little beat bit just makes me so happy. You know, it's just, it's so funny. I don't know why, but, you know, the little things in life. It doesn't have to be something big. Let's see, I need this to outside. I'm spatially challenged right now. There we go. All right, that kind of looks like a lotus flower, and it's the same color. So there, that's the latest edition with the dots. And the Pandy Panda Tower, also known as the CYA Tower, goes right there. That's actually pretty cool. And should be Pandy Panda, since they clearly bankrolled the entire operation. Yes. Pandy Panda and his 16 other pandas who go camping together, like the Panda Mafia. Yeah. This is cool. This is really cool. I'm excited about this. And like I said, this will butt up against this, so to speak. And then I'm going to need to also build something on this corner to cover that portion of the building, like a smaller tower, not quite as wide, and use a different method. So yeah, it's been good learning, you know, like this technique. So you missed this, Glenn. I was just using translucent 1x2s sideways. So then that way they're going sideways instead. And it gives you this pattern. And I'm using bricks and slopes. So 2x2 bricks with 1x2 slopes together. Yeah. So the Pandy Panda Tower, and if we look at it from this angle, which is the money shot, so to speak, we take it from the money shot. and put the CYA Pandy Panda Tower behind it. That's kind of how it looks. Probably need to zoom out a little. Zoom out. That looks amazing, actually. Very nice. Thank you. Yeah, and like I said, if you turn it the other way, this Pandy Panda Tower doesn't cover the Trolls Tower. So it looks good from this angle too. Yeah, cover your butt. Cover your butt tower. Yeah, the CYA Tower, also known as the Pandy Panda Tower. I love it. I love it. And it's got my signature tile on there. So then that way, if people are looking, it's like, oh, the pandas are there. It's a Brickanista. Yeah, and like I said, this angle here, let me see if I can angle it this way. So from this angle, there's still a little bit of the bracelet showing, because this will cover this section here, like that. So I need to build a smaller tower to cover that, and maybe use a different color scheme. And then it will look good. So, all right, we decided not to cover up the bracelets completely, because people said, you're covering up the best part of the build. Like, okay. But yeah, I'm excited about this. So this is the back road. So we're going to keep the road here. Then we're going to build another module in the front, and then the road will be this way. So we have an opportunity to build more space in this area. Then we have to build 2 more modules here, and this module will have to cover this part of the Brickanista Broadcast Network Tower. So yeah, we have more work to do. But I think that was a really good thing to do, just kind of thinking through that. And I do like, and like I said, people have been giving me really good feedback on this. And this is definitely a keeper because, like I said, my friend Ferg gave me this black radar dish. And he gave me advice on how to connect it, and it's also a good memory because Debo helped me figure that out. So, and it's got a rotator, so I can rotate it so the BBN shows the way I want it to. Oh, Matthew Builds Bricks is here. Well, you'll be glad to see this because I just made the Pandy Panda Tower. Let me put these away so I don't drop them on the floor. If you haven't seen Matthew's Instagram account, him and his aunt Helen built the Flintstones car. So it came out great. Okay, so this is the problem we had, is that the back of this BBN tower has the back of the bracelets. So we built another tower, which is now the Pandy Panda Tower, because the entrance has my signature panda tile, that beat bit tile. Let me see if I can zoom in on that a little bit. So that is the panda tile for the entrance to the building. and then the plaza, this covers the back of the exposed bracelets. So it fits right here. And then when you look at it from the front of the BBN tower, it looks amazing and as a backdrop. And then on the front, oops, all right, I'll fix that. And then on the back side, I needed to measure it so that it doesn't cover the Trolls Tower. So we have Pandy Panda Tower right next to the Trolls Tower, and it's not obstructing the view. So yeah. So I've been starting to put this panda tile, this beat bit, as a signature on a lot of my builds. And I got a few from Debo for my birthday. So I've been putting them in, and I said, this is perfect, because I needed a sign in front of the tower. So that's Pandy Panda Tower. Also cover your backside tower. That's right. That's the other code name for that tower. Yeah. And then, like I said, this is a combination of, you know, 3 different minds, really. It's Debo, Ferg, and me that kind of built this tower, the BBN tower. So I'm really, really stoked that it came out really great. And the Brickanista Broadcast Network, this is where everybody goes to work. The Brickanista Broadcast Network Tower. You got the Trolls Tower, and now the Pandy Panda Tower. And this one actually looks like it could be residential. So I might think about that with regard to what else would be on this part of the buildings. So yeah, this is going to be a little mini city. It's going to be, I think, 9 going around. Because we need this 1, 2, actually it might be able to be 4. The only problem is I still need a road on this side, so I think it's going to actually be a minimum of 6, maybe 9 total. So yeah, so this will be a continuous project. But we want to keep working from home. Oh, Brickworm is here. Hey, Brickworm. Did you see my Pandy Panda Tower? Did you, I don't know what time you slid in. This is late for you. How are you? Yeah, so this is the Pandy Panda Tower that we just added to this Micropolis. And this one I had to build to cover up the back of the BBN Tower, because the BBN Tower has the back of the bracelets. And so what I'm doing is the Pandy Panda Tower, I just literally finished it. And it fits right there, and I made sure that it didn't cover the Trolls Tower. So we have the BBN Tower, the Trolls Tower, the Pandy Panda Tower, and the Naomi Tomi Tower. So that's the new name of the Nakitomi Tower, is the Naomi Tomi Tower. But we want to keep working from home. Well, you can. In fact, we were just talking about how the Pandy Panda Tower looks like it could be residential. So anyway, yeah, we're having fun with Micropolis. And I think when Max was on earlier, and I asked him, as long as I keep the standard the same, will it be a problem that I have a black plate? And he said, no, it should be fine, as long as it connects. So I'm going to have this black kind of lavender look for this little part of the city. You're watching from bed? Okay. Well, we're just getting ready to wrap up, so you caught us just when we were finishing the other part of the Lavender City. So I think what I'll do is I may take a photo of this for, because I know that Debo wants us to keep using Lavender Lug. So this is a continuation of Lavender Lug. Me too, you're all in bed? Okay. Thank you. Do the pandas steal Wi-Fi from the BBN? No, the pandas are the ones who are financing the BBN. That's what we were talking about, is that the pandas are the kingpins, so to speak. So time to raid. No, we're not raiding. We're on YouTube. That's the one thing that's great about YouTube. I don't have to worry about raiding. So yeah. So anyway, yeah, and speaking of which, Glenn, I've been thinking some more. I'll probably make an announcement in the next couple months, but what I may be doing is shifting more of my streams to YouTube. I'm still going to keep the same number of days, but I think I might shift Monday over to YouTube and then keep Sunday and Wednesday as Twitch, because I still have a really good relationship with Cranky Bricks and Set to Build and Brick and Nick, and I do, and Dr. Cat Builds, and I still want to keep that raid relay that we do once a month. So yeah, but I am thinking more and more that I will probably be transitioning my Monday MOC sessions to YouTube, because it seems like more people on Twitch want to watch people building sets anyway. So I may still do like Sundays and Wednesdays just building sets. I'm thinking about that. I have the Batmobile, the small one, the classic one, so I may do that on Sunday tomorrow. I'm still kind of thinking about it. But no, we are not raiding today. We're on YouTube. Yay! So if you like the stream, thumbs up for the like, you know, subscribe, tell your friends, you know what to do. So anyway, let me go back to full screen. But I hope you enjoyed that. I'm so excited that I hadn't planned on making Pandy Panda, the Pandy Panda Tower, but now we have one. We have a Pandy Panda Tower right here. I'm so excited because, like I said, this is becoming my signature tile now. This beat bit. I'm going to have to buy some so that I have a ready supply, like Glenn said. But the Pandy Panda Tower, also known as the CYA or CY Bracelet Tower. So, and it fits really well here. And then I will start working on the one adjacent to it. So then that way the back of the tower is covered. More raids? Well, hey, you know, you're on Twitch. You can hang out on Twitch and you can go raid with people. So have fun with that. And since you're talking about more, once again, Jurassic World. I'm so excited. I have got 4 32 by 32 base plates now, and I'm going to be working on this in the next couple months of my collaboration with the Jurassic Park people for Bricks Cascade. So it's already, what, July? And that convention's in March. So it'll probably be a progression over the next couple of months. I've already been looking at different things on what I can do. So yeah, I'm excited about that. So like I said, Ferg invited me to collaborate with them. And I'll be cosplaying in Bricks Cascade. So I got to buy a lab coat and, you know, do all that stuff. But yeah, so Ferg's a buddy of mine, and I'm just really thankful that he and JJ and a couple of the other guys were, you know, saying, yeah, come on in. I was like, cool. Yeah, I'm really grateful. And as they say, thank you so much. I am going to try to keep this close by, but I am going to try to keep this because Brickworm did this the other day, and it's like, yeah, I should just keep my sticker close by. So as I say on the Brickanista Broadcast Network, thank you so much. Really appreciate you hanging out with me. And may the clutch be with you. Bye.